rape, and its dreadful after effect. You shall have no other gods before me. Exodus 23. She was a college freshman when I first met her. She had a silky hair which hung just above her shoulders and a beautiful smile that revealed even teeth. Her appearance was certainly impeccable. Yet, she always had a shadow across her face and looked tired and weary. As she decided to tell her story, tears began to flow before she could even speak. It turned out that she had been raped by her cousin when she was a child. Since then, that horrendous memory had never left her mind for a single moment, even though she tried everything within her power to stop thinking about those moments. No matter where she was or what she did, every minute was filled with agony. She would drink a lot to forget about it, but in vain. Meanwhile, she found herself wishing that her cousin would die, and by her early 20s, she began suffering from insomnia and depression. The burden in her heart was just too much to bear, and eventually she wished that she would die as well. There is a way you can stop thinking about your horrible past, I told her. Her eyes grew big. Once you get the power to control your mind, you can cast away the thoughts you don't want in your mind. She stared at me in wonder and asked, "Can a man actually have that kind of power?" Sure. A life of faith is all about keeping future-oriented thoughts in your mind and moving forward to fulfill them. It means to forget the things behind you and march toward your goal. Everyone has their own shameful past, and it's impossible to forget about it in our own strength. That's when the power of God comes in. Now, try what I'm going to tell you. Make up your mind to stop those humiliating thoughts and call upon Jesus in heaven. Then, I promise you that the heavenly power will take control of your mind and save you from those distressing thoughts. The Bible refers to any humiliating thoughts or bad habits as a slimy pit and mire. The only way to come out of the pit and mire is to call upon Jesus. Then how do you call upon Jesus? She dubiously asked. Firmly determined within yourself to accept the help from Jesus, to cut off those negative thoughts and call out Jesus. Don't give up and keep calling His name until you experience His help, because you surely will. I explained to her that in the same way a parent, as long as there is breath in their body, always answers their child who calls for help. So also our living God Jesus immediately gives power without fail to those who cry out for help, desperate to break out of their sinful thoughts and temptations. While I was revealing this amazing secret to her, I wasn't sure if she would actually put it into action. She seemed to be deeply interested and amazed. As she was leaving, she continued to repeatedly nod her head, saying that she was going to choose call upon the name of Jesus. There are an unexpectedly large number of women who struggle with mental problems because of sexual harassment or rape. When you keep indulging in that nightmare instead of trying to escape from it, mental problems are bound to occur. When she came back a month later, her face was beaming with a beautiful smile. Holding her thumb high up, she shouted, "I did it! I desperately called out to Jesus every time that dreadful thought came into my mind." With tears swelling up in her eyes, she continued, "It was very hard. It wasn't easy to choose whether to keep letting those thoughts flow in or to stop them. For while my head knew I had to stop, my emotions would keep inviting them in. But I decided to no longer engage in those thoughts and called for Jesus with all my might. When I called upon him with a firm determination, the nightmare really went away and peace overwhelmed my heart. I had never experienced such joy and peace in my life. Jesus surely is alive." That's how she fully recovered from the painful after effects of rape. She successfully finished her studies and is now enjoying her work life. She told me that she always tries her best to fix her heart and mind on Jesus Christ in order to never forget about him.